What's up, everybody? It is DJ the Sports Blurred. I am back, and I didn't have a heart attack this game, y'all. I don't know about you guys watching this video right now, but if you had the pleasure of watching that Ohio State-Texas Longhorn game, whew, that was a heck of a game. Instant classic. I know the Buckeyes won by 2 touchdowns. That was a game where the score didn't matter. I want to take you guys back. Please stay with me just for a second. I've been making YouTube videos for a while, but there was a 2-year period in which I didn't make a YouTube video. I was so emotional, so upset, so frustrated when Ohio State lost to Michigan in the horseshoe on November 31st or November 30th, that on December 1st of 2024, I made a video. And in that video, I said Ohio State's going to win the national championship. Book it. If you don't believe me, I'm going to drop it right here. The reason why I made that video is because of where we are now, guys. Something had to break. Ryan Day couldn't have bad all the time. Eventually, Ryan Day's too good of a coach to have every bad loss, to not be able to win a big game, to not be able to get over that hump. Urban Meyer picked Ryan Day for a reason, and now we're seeing that reason. I'm not even going to bring up Michigan and his record because I want to live in the moment, and I want to give credit to Ryan Day, his staff, with the exception of Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly, you called a suspect game versus Texas. I feel like that game was a little closer than it needed to be. You got to run the football. Travion Henderson only ran the football 6 times. Quinshon Judkins only ran the ball 9 times. We got to run that football. But I'm going to also give a little bit of props to Chip Kelly, because when he needed a play, when he needed that QB draw, when it was 4th and 2, he dialed it right up, and it worked to perfection. Will Howard probably should have scored a touchdown on that play, but that's neither here nor there. I want to also tip my cap to the Texas Longhorns, the team, and then also the fans. You know, you guys have been phenomenal. You guys almost remind me of the Tennessee Volunteer fans back that when I was talking with them the first week of the CFP. You guys have been very gracious, very humble. Didn't talk too much trash, just talked just enough. And man, I want to tip my ball cap. I want to tip my ball cap to you guys. And then finally, the last person I want to tip my ball cap to is Quinn Ewers, man, the former Buckeye. I know how badly Quinn Ewers wanted to win this game. He didn't have to say it. It was written over his face. You could tell by the way he carried himself into this game. He wanted this game. Quinn Ewers knows that this was his last game as a Texas Longhorns, regardless of if he goes pro or not. Texas Longhorns want Arch Manning to start. No doubt about it. And I think Arch Manning is probably going to be a better quarterback than Quinn Ewers, man. Maybe I'll do a video on a side note. Maybe I'll do a video on Quinn Ewers, the potential that never lived up to be. I think that would be a good video. Anyways, Quinn Ewers really wanted to win this game. He played his ass off. 23 of 39, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. What killed Texas, though, and what killed Quinn Ewers is what kills that team mostly. Quinn Ewers takes too many sacks. He took 4 sacks tonight. He also will fumble the ball. He'll also throw a pick. Now, the pick that he threw was late in the 4th quarter. I really don't hold that against him. The game was already decided at that point. But 4th and 8 with 2.5 minutes left. 4th and goal on the 8-yard line. He actually has a strip sack, right? Jack Sawyer stripped him. Jack Sawyer, on a side note, was Quinn Ewers' old roommate at Ohio State. But I digress. He stripped Quinn Ewers, ran the ball back 82 yards for a touchdown, completely sealed the game. And at that point, there was no telling. And I think that if Texas actually finds a way to score, I know Ohio State has 2 minutes left, but Texas had all the momentum. I could see Texas going back on defense, stopping the Buckeyes, getting that ball late, and then finding a way to win that game. But that never happened. Quinn Ewers gave it up. But outside of that, man, he played a phenomenal game. Again, want to tip my cap to Quinn Ewers. Now let's go to the Buckeyes. Will Howard, 24 of 33, 289 yards. He started off this game extremely surgical, guys. That first drive that the Buckeyes put together coming out, that very first drive, I watched that and I was like, oh, this game's over. Ohio State's going to win this game 48-0. But give Texas credit. They had an opportunity to fold and they didn't. That big play, that 75-yard screen pass to Travion Henderson, my gosh, Travion Henderson. If nothing else, I don't know what he's going to do at the next level, but if nothing else, he's going to be a Buckeye legend forever if they go on to win this national championship. What he's meant to our team for the last couple of years and what he meant to this season cannot be understated, man. Heck of a game, guys. Heck of a game, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it nearly as much as I did. Coming into this game, I predicted the game was going to be 38-21. I was a little off on that. It was 28-14. Doesn't matter though. Even though Ohio State won by double digits, it didn't feel like a double-digit kind of game. Texas was on their tails and then fought the fight. But at the end of the day, Ohio State is going to roll into that national championship, and they're going to feel so good. They had two games, right? One versus Tennessee, the other versus Oregon, when they just completely dominated those teams. Sometimes to recenter yourself, you need to fight. You need to have those close games. You need to be able to face some adversity because it's going to make you so much better coming out of that. And Notre Dame, great season, y'all. And I don't mean to be facetious, but you guys had a great season, but this is where it ends. You guys are coached by an Ohio State Buckeye, and I think that even in Marcus Freeman's heart of heart, he knows that he has absolutely no shot versus the Buckeyes, and I can't tell you anybody for the life of me who would think that Notre Dame would have any shot versus the Buckeyes, man. But I would love to hear your comments on this game. I would love to hear from Texas fans. I would love to hear from Ohio State fans. Let me know what you guys think, what's going to happen in the national championship. Man, tell me who the player of the game was. I'm going to give my player of the game to Jack Sawyer / JTT. So Jack Sawyer obviously had the big scoop and score late in the fourth quarter, 82 yards. We've already talked about that. But JTT, he hurt his ankle. He was able to tape it up, and he came right back in. JTT had 2.5 sacks. He was everywhere. He was so disruptive in that first half. And he's the reason, in my opinion, why the Buckeyes were able to stop and shut down that Texas offense until later. So I'm going to give my player of the game to those two guys. Let me know who your player of the game was, man. Holy smokes, man. College football, y'all, you got to love it. This is why I love college football, man. I love the NFL. I'm a big Bengal fan. I love the NBA. I'm a big Laker fan. But there's something different about college football. There's something, it's almost like they have more passion. It's not like the NFL guys don't care, but they're essentially mercenaries now. You know, Ohio State guys, Ohio State players, they wanted to go there. They got recruited. I don't care what kind of NIL deal, they signed off on. Texas Longhorns players, they wanted to go to Texas, and it means so much to them. And it means so much to us as fans, man, and that's why we enjoy it. That's why I love sitting up here with my son and watching it. I used to do the same thing when I was a little boy. I'm out of here. I got to work early tomorrow, but my goodness, man, holy smokes, what a game, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great night.